but Keyboy is a valid target. Here we go. Let's get into the Land of Dawn for game number 2. It's match point for the current reigning and defending MSC champions as they vie to knock down the recently revived, rejuvenated, and reactivated MSC 2020 roster in RSGPH. Something to note here, Gideon, and this is an opinion of mine. I don't know how you feel about it and the folks back at home, but the lineup on RSGPH, even with the Angela, especially with the Angela,
especially if you are, wait, hold on here. Nats having to use split super early on to hold them hostage for as long as possible. He's going to get on top of Boots here. Ooh, doesn't pull him back into the pit, but instead Boots able to use the Vengeance to close the distance towards that gold crab. Looks like Kyrie, if he's thinking about it, one last dash, hard guard activated, electrified beats, and he takes it away! Demon Kai trying to run, but Puppet on a string immobilizes him. Final slash coming in for Boots to try and catch anybody. Onic back off in RSGPH, they lose a turtle.
That which RSGPH lacks, Onic provided. You see that burst? You see Kyrie taking the stacks from the gold buff and like already 3, 2, poof, plus the retry. Could have sworn this young man had 2 thumbs on his right hand.
It's so visual.
No, because that's all we saw, right? Like, that's exactly how you explain how Kyrie stole the turtle for Onic, because you could have sworn RSG was...
Kyrie, #1. And it's reinforced with the extra bit of shields coming in from the hard guard. Aqua flickering forward, but doesn't find enough distance to land the Divine Judgment.
Oh, since game 1, and this is coming from a big Aqua fan, Aqua's been playing on Aqua-like. This is uncharacteristic of this mid laner. I'm a big fan of him. Could have sworn he was going to get the nod for MVP in MSC 2022, but here, it's difficult to imagine how they're going to ramp up into the mid game. He gets caught by an ultimate splash!
Yep, he pulls on in, and here we go! Numenov blast onto 3, but Kyrie's walking right on up. Demon Kite's able to take the turtle just in time, electrifying beats, dealing some decent damage, but really isn't enough. Aqua's death allowing RSGPH to take a turtle.
All right, it could have been worse, but at least, okay, hear me out. Weird trades like that couldn't be punished as hard as usual is good for a lineup that wants to scale. Unless it was a total wipeout or a huge trade like a 2-for-1, 3-for-1, this will help RSGPH's all in the long run. But you still got to get there. Again, that's been the story since game 1, right? You can get inches, but how do you get through the last stretch, the home stretch, that final mile?
I think, you know, when the time comes, that's when RSGPH will start thinking about it, right? Because they just want a team fight. They want to slow things down. And as long as they are at least within arm's reach of Onic, they've got a really good chance. On the opposite end, right? Onic, they probably want to be the ones being the aggressors. Wait, hold on. We see once again, Kyrie is able to get on top of Iman. The quick flicker isn't enough for the electrifying beats. He closes the distance. Demon Kite locks him down. Numenov blast as well has been utilized. Sands! It takes big damage, but they've already lost Kyrie. Iman and Light are down. And now the chase coming in as Nats is able to join in the middle of the fights. Boots nowhere to be seen. Keyboy will fall for a 2-for-2 trade.
Scrappy team fight and an eventual victory for RSGPH, but what has that bought for Onic? Well, an opening down bottom. Boots is going to make the most of this absence in the bottom lane, and he's going to push tier 1, shrinking the map for Eman. And this opens up a problem. Oh, wait. Oh, close call. Kyrie secures.
Well, he secures, but let's also notice the collapse on towards Light's side. Iman popping his ult as well. Boots forcing to flicker on out of there. And funny enough, Sans not even thinking about saving Boots' life. He knows he's going to be okay. Stop side. Potential dive coming up as CW. Oh, the Heart Guard is going to save his life from this dive. Nats and Aqua, they're on the run. But CW is like, no. Yes, pull me closer. I want to get closer to Aqua. But no, it's fine. Keyboy down, and as well as calling in Kyrie. They want to dive 2v2 electrifying beats as well. Locking him down. They finally kill on towards Aqua's side, and now Nats all by himself without split is left to dry underneath his turret. That's going to be 2 kills for the side of Onic.
Oh man, art imitates life, just like how we are in the home of Onic in Jakarta. They're making the Land of Dawn the same thing. It's like they're in control of every single entry point, and Onic knew clearly that RSGPH were taking the turtle, and they made the most of it and punished top lane.
CW is trying to clear out this wave. It's blazing to wet. Even Sans holding on to his trigger
finger.
Boots He's taking way too much damage, and all right, he gets the back off for now. Even RSGPH respect the fact that the Heart Guard is quite the hair puller.
All right, looking at the item game so far, Nats has a interesting build here. He wants to respect the damage that Kyrie and Sans are putting on the board, and then from there he'll build physical defense. Looking at Aqua, has a Clock of Destiny here. Eman at least is just down 200, 300 gold.
That's actually not too bad considering everything that's happened across the game. With the biggest lead going on to Kyrie so far with a 1.2K lead, it's great, right? Holy crystal, 8 minutes into the game.
And you can expect that the Bloodwings are up next, right? That's just how joys are built in the current metagame. RSGPH making the most of the relative silence in team fights for the past couple of minutes, pushes up top. This is already good. I gotta say, much better than game one.
Significantly better, in a matter of fact. However, I am a little concerned for Aqua right now. Let's see whether he recovers from that sort of mental damage after not having to play the game at all to now, possibly being the key to breaking open Onic.
All right. Some good news to that. Again, the bad news is exactly what happened already. The good news is something tells me maybe he's loading. Maybe he's downloading what happened in game one. And so far, what the early and mid game looks like here, and then eventually he'll break out into those last moments from game one. Remember that, wherein they played that defense in the base so well? And now it's all the more possible. The propensity for plays like that to happen in game two has just skyrocketed.
And that's why RSGPA just making sure that mid-tier 1 does not fall. They don't mind having no side turrets at all, because that means Onic would have to go super deep in if they want to even put any points of damage into the inhibitor turrets.
Yep, again, taken off from where they left off in game one playing Possum, but here they're keeping it closer to their chest. Onic with a 2,000 gold lead, and RSGPH says to that in their face, how about we dance? Lord Dance already up, 9 minutes, 30 seconds in. Boots?
He's going to take a little bit of damage here. Sans, it doesn't look like the Heart Guard's coming out just yet. He's ready for it. He's waiting for it. Boots, he's able to go. Kyrie, in the matter of fact, actually gets the Heart Guard into the middle with the Electrify. Beats the damage. It's good. Aqua is gone. Numadop Blast trying to disengage. It's tough, but Boots falls down to Nats and CW. Despite it all, that sprint is keeping him nice and healthy. He's kiting out of his mind.
Oh, split will not save Nats. Kyrie pops him. 2 for 1, and eventually Onic turns to the Lord.
Yep, they want even more than this. They want to break this tier 1. They want to speed up this game. The tempo increases for Onic.
Lord here, 3/4 of its health down and up, approaching halfway point. 10.5 minutes in. Yeah, they're gonna blitz it. Onic is gonna score this major objective.
Sans, once again, just taunting, right? He doesn't even need to be part of these fights. He can split push on the side, and Kyrie can help fix the bottom side towards the neutral objective, and they just work in tandem so well.
That's a thing of pure terror. It's a hero with very little mobility, just standing there. And you know that one of those players' thumbs are on the recall button. That's what Sans does. That's the psychological warfare that he's committing, right? And people online saying, why is Sans doing that? Why is that? Imagine that being done to you in a ranked game. Exactly.
And the rest of your teammates, especially if you're an EXP laner, why aren't you clearing the waves? Why aren't you part of the fight? There's just no winning it. You can't be in two places at once. But now, with the Lord crashing on, and let's see how Onic responds, because it feels like Onic, they don't want to press the advantage any more than this. It feels like it's a liability to actually walk with these big waves.
And that's a clear sign that Onic have been learning from the lessons in the group stages. A lot of the moments that put them in hot water were in where they overextended. Hell, we just saw that in game one, right? Wherein RSGPH played Possum and hooked them into their base and punished them for an almost seemingly instant comeback, but it's not as easy, right? It doesn't happen like that. But right now, looking at Onic with a 5K gold lead approaching the 12-minute mark, Lord coming in a minute and a half about, it's difficult. But RSGPH are in a better state. I'm wondering if Eman is ready. What's Eman building right now? What's he got? Oh, 3 core items on the way to his 4th.
Oh.
A Wind of Nature.
Okay, that's good. That's really, really good to hear. As soon as he gets that Winds of Nature, he can actually go toe-to-toe against CW. I'm guessing CW already has his Winds of Nature immediately built, considering the amount of gold that Onic has right now.
He does. Homie does. So that's what buys him the 1,000 gold ahead he has. 1,000 and change at that. So that's one dynamic that they have to think about. RSGPH, they have to get everything right, man. Aqua has to have the DJ, or at least the final slash, one or the other.
Now that Kyrie's, he's 2 level ahead of Demon Kai, right? So I guess this is what Onic is waiting for. We're going to play around neutral objectives. We need to make sure that we don't get hit by lightning, especially when you're Joy and you're able to dodge big CC. With the hard guard, it gives you just another layer of complexity.
Yep. Talking about Kyrie, there's the aforementioned Blood Wings. So all the more, he's so difficult to kill, and he spouts out just that much more damage. Now looking at the engage, looking at the angles. Oh man, here's something I miss. Light finding himself all the way in the back. If you'll remember, folks, in recent history, I'm talking maybe 6-9 months back, you know how Light finds these odd bushes that you could have sworn he couldn't have gotten there? It's so odd. RSGPH are playing so conservative now.
Exactly, but Onic, you've seen their preparation before. That's how they won game number 1, right? Just raw preparation. Coach Jeb's genius, the pose, it all comes in together.
That's right, and now, come to think of it, maybe it's less how RSGPH are conservative. Maybe Onic are just cleaning up these bushes so well that Light can find himself in. Again, it's Boots here at the front.
All right, okay, CW, he has to kite this a little bit better, but now instantaneously you see that Kyrie with the electrifying beats as well, and the hard guard on towards Nats' side. That Athena shield keeps him alive, but they've already taken out Demon Kite. This Lord is Onyx to take.
Oh wow, Keyboy! Oh! Grand Theft Orange! The MSP 2023 MVP just stole the orange buff right in Eman's face!
My jaw literally just dropped. I'm like, no way he's gonna get that.
Ring of Order, I did.
This has got to be so frustrating for RSGPH. It feels like every smart move that they think of, Onic is already right at the front door.
You know what's worse? Keyboy had nothing. He's building like weird little baby items, like elements to it. So it was just off of pure mechanics and timing.
Yep, it's, I mean, what can you do? What can you do? You can't win them all. You cannot win them all. But with this Lord pushing on, I want to see whether Onic is going to do the same thing, right? Are they just going to play possum and not walk with the waves? Or are they waiting for RSGPH to actually make the mistake?
It's a Luminous Lord marching up through top, and there is a closer wave in mid and bottom. So this is to RSGPH's benefit. They can actually do some damage control here, given that they have, again, relatively less than ideal wave clear, and Nats comes in.
I mean, gets pushed down now. Oh,
hey.
Nearly a big turnaround for the side of RSGPH. CW, you gotta be careful there. He's gonna top himself up with that wave and with the help of Sands at the same time, but here we go. This is where it gets dangerous. Ooh, Keyboy. Iman needs to be respected. His mid inhibitor's down. Kyrie's coming in for the backline. The instantaneous Winter Truncheon. Not even gonna be enough. Iman dies instantaneously. CW in the back line. A double for Kyrie. The Blazing Duet has chunked them all for Kyrie to eat them all up. Mistakes were made, and Onic are looking to close it out.
Just 2 defenders left, and the base goes down. Onic sweeps RS.